What's up, fellas? Time for Wake Up Mintzy, the only morning show that starts at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Makes all the sense in the world. Still drinking some Stella Blue iced coffees. I want to remind everyone, Stella Blue, golden mug giveaway today. 10 people and their significant others can win trips to come to the Barstool office in Chicago. So check that out, StellaBlueCoffee.com. We're going to join right at the top by our old good friend at Barstool and poker buddy, Barstool Nate. He's going out to Vegas on Friday for WSOP. And Nate and I were kind of talking last night, and we're both in the spirit of this poker thing. It's that time of year. How's it going?
It's nice to talk to you again. Looking skinny as hell, Ben Mintz. Are you under 220?
Under 220. First time since 2004. Little Mintzy history. Yeah. Which is a bad stat. So it's one that needed to, there's two ways. It's like a milestone, but it's also not good. So, you got to take it both.
I got close to 170, so now I'm back at the gym trying to drop some weight. I've never been above 170, and I don't want to do that. I'm not built for that. So I'm in the gym with you as well.
Nate, you were on it last year, and, man, you made that World Series main event run. I felt like you were on, a positive mindset thing.
Yeah, no, I went to the gym for a year straight, and then the holidays came, and I completely stopped going. I started eating like garbage, and I hadn't been in 6 months. And then mid-May, I felt like absolute trash. And so I got back into the gym, and now I've been going every day since for about 3 weeks to a month.
Hell yeah, man. Love the positive mindset. Like you were saying, you and I were texting, but you're right. It ebbs and flows. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody got to kind of goes through it where you get you're into it, and then you go through back, it's just.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I did so well for like a year, and then I just let it all go to waste. But it was a good year, but now I'm back. I'm back, and I'm putting way less pressure on myself to work out as hard as I was working out before. I'm just kind of doing it like an old guy. Like, as long as I just move around for 45 to an hour a day, I'm good. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder anymore.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you about poker because I've gotten in the spirit of this thing in the last few weeks, and I know you have too. And before we even get into WSOP, enjoyed the Barstool Heads Up Challenge thing you did. You and Kenjack really kind of put something together there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to do poker content at Barstool forever, and we've always run into roadblocks. The hardest one being it's not good unless you can see the cards.
That is the hardest.
Cameras in the table or GoPros, but the editing. So when you watch a stream, Poker Go or Hustler or whatever, they have RFID, meaning the cards are picked up by the table, automatically put on graphics on the screen. They have 5 producers in the back making sure it's all going seamlessly. The chips are picked up by RFID, so they always know there's so much technology that we weren't about to buy a table that did that. So that's always been the biggest roadblock for poker content at Barstool is literally having the technology. Finally, me and Ken Jack started chatting about it. It's what if we just took 2 GoPros, did it manually? He put so much work. You ever see those graphics of Quigs doing those shows and it looks insane? Ken Jack was showing me how much work it was to do every individual card, doing the percentage of chances you win the pot. He did so much editing work. It came out great. The final episode's out right now. The final heads up match. We started easy. We didn't know how it was going to turn out. We did an 8-person bracket. I think it looks great. It was interesting because some people had no idea how to play poker. Some people knew how to play poker. I think the general consensus is poker content is better when people know how to play, but I think we got some good clips out of people who didn't know how to play. And if we do it, I would love to come to Chicago and do one. I would love to do, more than just heads up if we can figure out a way to do it with the tech.
We could figure out a bar. It would be like a great Barstool After Dark thing.
Yeah,
that would fit as an After Dark thing. That Tuesday night thing that's gotten so big.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to do any and all poker content possible, given the restrictions we have, and hopefully videos do well, and we get a little budget and can make magic happen. But I'm simply just an editor, Ben Mintz. I'm simply just a behind the scenes editor, so I take what I can get.
Well, I'll say shout out to Kenjack because I know you were kind of doing this as a trial run, and so y'all were kind of making it all happen yourselves, and so I thought y'all did a damn good job considering it was the first.
Yeah, I mean, negative
the first
resources, as
thing. I
I've
mean,
said.
yeah. I mean,
I went in debt to buy the table. Like, it's not in debt, obviously, but I paid for the table. I'm going to pay Kenjack for editing. It only took a couple hours to film, which is the good part. It's just the edit work, man. That's the nitty gritty.
Well, okay. Well, so you're heading out. I've been texting with you. You're heading out on Friday, I believe, to Vegas. So what's the point? You got a schedule? What's going on?
Yeah, I go to Vegas on Friday, and I'm just going to play every World Series I can. It starts Monster Stack Flight 1. So Monster Stack starts today, and there's a flight 1A, B, C, D, 4 flights of Monster Stack. I get in Friday to play Flight C. It's a 1,500. 50K starting stack, 60-minute levels, probably the best structured tournament.
Yeah, that sounds like almost like a main. That's like a mini.
Yeah, besides the main, I think it's the best structured tournament that they have. So that will be Friday and Saturday. If I don't bag Friday, I will play it again on Saturday. If I do bag on Friday, Saturday will be off. And then, so let's say I don't bag either day. The 15th is a $500 no limit. With 1 reentry available. The 16th is a 3K 6 max, which I'm very much looking forward. Hopefully I can play it. If I bag the 500 or whatever, I won't be able to play it. But that's a 3K 6-handed, and then the 17th is a 1,500 freeze out. And so I'll be out there Friday to Wednesday, and then come back to New York, and then fly back for the main. I'll play day 1D for the main.
People are saying it's kind of the summer of Nate. You're going out to Vegas here, then you're going to, I believe you're going to, you were saying you got a Europe trip and that you're going to be coming in from Europe to Vegas. I don't know, man.
I'm flying direct London to Vegas. It's an 11-hour flight.
I hope you get a little time to get the jet lag and time zone stuff off before that main.
So I'm playing the last level of day 1D just so I don't have to. So when I only started day 2 last year, and the line to get registered on day 2 is insane. I waited in line forever to take my seat. But if you play any of day 1 and you bag, you already have a seat for day 2 and you don't have to wait in that line. So I'm going to play the last level of day 1, get a day off, and then day 2.
I like that strategy. I might be doing the post-dinner day 1 too with you.
I think it's the best.
Considering I didn't even make dinner day 1 last year, the bar's been set extremely low. But I'm thinking
I loved skipping day 1 last year and starting on day 2. You just save a lot of time and energy. You still start with 80 bigs or whatever it was, and obviously I made the money. Made day 4 or 5, whatever I made last year. Finished 717th, my first main event cash.
Yeah,
I'm definitely better at poker this year than I was last year. And last year, I was better at poker than I was the year before. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I mean, honestly, hopefully something cool happens with this fucking monster stack.
Yeah, no, I like your little lineup. I mean, not little lineup. You're playing some big stuff, 1,500s and 3Ks. But I like that lineup. I mean, I feel like you can make 1 or 2 runs hopefully next
Plus,
week.
I need cash because, look at this segue. I need cash because I need to play Dave heads up, which – whispers are telling me is going to happen. He challenged me 10 years ago, and I heard whispers today that a date for this summer might be booked. I don't know, but I'm hearing whispers.
Do you know a dollar amount? Has a dollar amount come up in these whispers?
$20K each.
Okay.
A $20K heads up match. I assume cash. I assume $20K in chips on the table. I assume 50, 100 blinds. I mean, I'm not Phil Ivey. I don't know why I'm playing 50, 100 heads up. But I'm very confident that I have played so many more hands of poker than Dave has, that I have a ginormous edge. I've been playing a decent amount of cash over the last year successfully. I obviously, Doug Polk, just one of the best heads-up players in the world, just did like a heads-up challenge, and he played randoms, and he lost a bunch. I mean, he ended up winning like $3 overall in the challenge, but he was losing to randoms. Anybody can win heads-up. I get it. I love my edge over Dave.
I can't wait to watch it. That's like you said, it's been 10 plus years in the making, and everybody wants to see it. You and Dave have a long-standing 12-year relationship that is really something. And so it leads for amazing content at the Heads Up Poker table. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm just glad to hear you're back grinding again. This is that time of year. WSOP wise, I've been following it. You've been watching any of the streams?
Yeah, I follow every night, every day and night on Poker News, like with their live updates, and I watch all the Poker Go streams. I was watching Deuce to Seven, the 10K Deuce to Seven single draw last night. One of the coolest, best games that I've never actually played live. I would love to play Deuce to Seven. They call it like the gambler's game, or like the most pure form of poker. It's a lot of live reads, it's a lot of implied odds, and it's a lot of just going with gut and instinct. It's Blesnik was in the booth, one of the best poker players of all time, and he was explaining the nuances and the ins and outs of just every single hand, and it was fascinating. I loved it. And I think Nick Schulman is chip leading right now. I think he's 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5.
Yeah, and I believe one Daniel at the FT2.
Daniel finished 7th, I think, or 6th. Yeah, but no, it's an awesome game. Deuce to 7 is on my bucket list. If they do like a 15, I think they have a 1500 Deuce to 7 out there. I want to play it.
They do. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, the Poker Go streams, man. It's WSOP time. They're doing great job. I mean, shout out to those guys. I'm excited. I've been watching them too, and it just really gets every year you start watching them, it gets you in that spirit to go out there, and you're feeling excited. And it sounds like, man, you're heading out Friday, man. I'm excited. I've put my schedule together, and I'm getting pumped too. But I'm still, today's June the 11th, so I'm going in 16 days.
It's just the energy out there, and like sitting down, shuffling the chips, and then. I mean, we've talked about it. There's nothing cooler than just building a stack in a live tournament, just having mountains in front of you.
Especially a WSOP event, though. It feels different.
Yeah, and people on Twitter are, like, nice to me when I'm, like, building a stack, which always feels good to have support. And I don't know. I've been watching training videos. I've made runs-ish in WSOPs of the past. I've never, gotten final 3 tables or anything like that. But why not? I think I'm good. Like, I think I'm probably better.
Well, you've got the thing now after that main event run that, like, there's momentum and confidence to where you can
Well, I mean, that was a year ago, but I get what you're saying.
But you know what I mean? Like, making a main run's not nothing, It really, right. It's a real thing.
I've been playing cash. I've been watching training videos. I don't know. Like, if why not me, right? Like, why not?
Oh, no, I agree. I'm excited about it. I'm pumped. I'm going to be living vicariously through you during this. I'm excited.
I hope I make you proud.
Yeah, I believe it. Like so my thing is, I'm going to go. One of the great Barstool blessings is that 4th of July week being off company wide. So I'm just headed out Friday the 27th after I'll have to stay in the office, and I've kind of put together a schedule where I'm going to play like the Golden Nugget 1200 1 mil to warm up that main, and then I'm going to play the day 1A of the mini main on Sunday, which is a 1K. And then we have a Barstool Golf Classic on Monday. I'm going to go work and see at PGA Summerlin. And then I'm going to play the Moneymaker 1500 main at MGM. And I've got some stuff I'm trying to work on with Brent Hanks right now I'm excited about. So there's something we might be doing.
What the fuck you working on with Brent Hanks?
I don't know if it's anything yet, but he we'll see what it is. I would just tease it at this point because it's not, until it's a done deal, But it's something he called me about potentially that could be fun. And, and then I think I'm going to play the last main day probably too. I was debating it, whether to play it's the Wednesday through Saturday, day ones. The Friday's July 4th, so I feel like that's going to be like an all-European field, I mean,
I've played July 4th before. Every year, people try to say which is the softest, which is whatever. I've never really felt a difference in my.
It's all a table draw. It's literally just a table. It's a table draw thing. I mean, I've had
tougher day 1 tables, and then people on Twitter will be like, "Today's the softest day 1 I've ever had." It's all in table draw. Last year, I was at the softest table I've ever been at, and 2 tables over, it was like was it Mustafa Kanif, like the German or whatever he is, pro. A Hinkle brother, I don't remember. It was like,
but it was like you just look over and it's like 7 pros. Yeah.
And mine was just John the plumber from New Mexico. It was great. So it's just all table draw.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Like I said, man, I'm just excited about it. I played that MSBT 1100 and lost
Right.
like a freaking God. I mean, dude, I just
Set
can't
over
believe
set,
it.
right?
Yeah, and mid set to top set. I don't know how that happened, but I'm excited. I've played like 4 tournaments this year, made 2 really deep runs. Had something going in that 1100 main, and then I bricked the Chicago circuit. But I don't feel like I'm doing bad. So I think the key for me though is getting out there early because I'm not getting that first trip like you are. So I need to play like the 4 or 5 warm up tournaments before the main.
The most tilting part of playing live tournaments is you're only going to cash 1 out of 10, but the people who don't understand that, they just tell you how much you suck after you brick like 2 tournaments. It's like, no, you don't get it. Like,
no,
I'm
last year,
to cash every
dude,
tournament.
last year my thing, I got 93rd out of 23,000 in the Colossus, which is ridiculous. Yeah. And then I just had a horrible day 1 in the main and busted. Everybody just like thought I sucked. I'm like, dude, I just got past 22,000 freaking people in this tournament before. Anyway, I know you got to get going because you got another thing. So
yeah, I have a dentist appointment at 5:45.
Good for you, man. I've been going twice a year lately too. My teeth look good.
Gotta go twice a year. It's what you pay insurance for.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I will be on a flight.
You gonna get the Kraken Aces social account going a little bit when you're out there?
Ooh, I mean, I've been doing a little bit on it.
I know, I've been noticing it. I've been retweeting it. The people. Yeah, I get comments out in the wild asking about it a lot.
Me too, but I don't know what's dead is done. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Maybe if people watch these heads up videos and we play Dave heads up, and who knows what else is on the horizon.
Love that. Well, we'll let you go, but thanks for joining us, man. Excited. Good luck, WSOP. I'll be following very, very closely and texting, and can't wait to follow the journey.
Thank you, Ben Mintz, and shout out to all the Wake Up with Mintzy heads out there watching.
The 4 p.m. afternoon morning show.
I mean, poker life.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm digging the afternoon thing. All right, thanks again, Nate. Take it easy. We're gonna bring Tyler Moody in here. Talk some sports, a bunch of Barstool stuff going on too, as always. Last night, Oldie After Dark, him and Tate were out till 5:20 in the morning hitting chips out of a bunker till they hold to. Once again, shout out and respect to Tate. The level of dedication on the After Darks, man. That man will put him through some stuff for the company. But great stream there. We taped a big Barstool content thing earlier, but I've gone down the road of spoiling stuff before, so I'm not going to say anything else about it. Check out the Barstool Basketball Association State Farm Tourney. Monday night was the first episode. Big response to the Combine. Tonight, second episode actually starts airing at 5 o'clock Central Time. So check that out before the NBA Finals, which actually I want to touch on. Thunder Pacers, Game 3 tonight. Thunder, 5.5-point favorite on at DraftKings. 1-1 series. Interesting one. I mean, if the Pacers are going to have a chance in the series, they got to win Game 3 at home and get up 2-1. I mean, this is a do-or-die situation for the Pacers here with them being a big underdog in the series. They stole Game 1 with that comeback, and they kind of got blown out in Game 2. But can their magical run continue? Also a reminder with DraftKings Sportsbook, bet $5. If you win your first bet, you get 300 bonus bets if you sign up right now during the NBA Finals. So pretty awesome promotion there with our partners at DraftKings. Tyler Moody looking clean shaven.
I actually just came back from the dentist as well, but it wasn't for a cleaning. I had a cavity.
Oh no!
So I got a little business going on down here. I think we got it taken care of. I might be a little, on something, but it's all good.
Loopy.
Here. We're good though. Ain't no problems. No problems.
Well, hell yeah, man! You're looking clean shaven, looking good. Fresh dentist trip. Love all that. A lot of stuff going on, as always, Barstool in the world. But, man, I've said this before. All right, here's a question. Is June the most underrated sports month?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, you get a little bit of everything in June except for football. Like, you literally get
you get no football. Everything. But, man, you get that French Open 5-set final with Alcaraz and center. U.S. Open golf starts tomorrow. And check out our interview with Philip Barbary, who qualified at Shreveport and LSU product. So kind of goes old school with our roots. But interviewed him, posted that on the YouTube channel. Good luck to him tomorrow. Certainly pulling for him very, very hard. His second U.S. Open. He shot a 64 in the qualifier last week to make it.
Hey, Sam Burns from Shreveport.
Dude, Sam Burns is hot right now. Yeah, the Shreveport golf thing. Sam should have won, man. Dude, Sam last week, he's been getting hot. So I did some looking. Our mutual buddy Justin Truesdale follows the golf gambling really, really close. Dude, Sam is putting so well right now, Moody. Sam's putter, he's gaining 6 to 7 strokes a weekend on the field right now, the way he's putting. I'm talking he's the best putter on tour. Like, it's like crazy. And the whole thing with him was his approaches weren't good, but he was making up for it with the putter. And he's gotten his approaches up to average. And if you putt like that, if you could just hit average approaches, you're right in it because that's how well he's putting. And he's hot.
I feel like that's kind of interesting for this weekend, right? Because there's going to be a ton of bad approach shots from
this course. So Oakmont, first tournament since 2016, U.S. Open here. Last time Dustin Johnson won it at 5 over. And they're saying if it stays dry this week, they're expecting a similar deal. If it stays dry and the rain doesn't soften those greens, they're saying there's nowhere to hit these approaches in at all. I'm hearing the reports I'm hearing are bloody. So but I love a good war of attrition for pro golf in the U.S. Open. That's what it's about, It's about watching the top players in the world struggle like they're me and you on a golf course. It's the only time. These guys are so good. This is the one time you get to see that. So I'm excited about watching this Oakmont. And Sam Burns, a couple gambling picks. Sam Burns is 80-1. I'm taking a shot at him just because he's hot.
I think so. It's
last week
putting right,
and last week. So last week he was actually pretty far back on. He was in the mix Sunday. Dude, he shot a 29 on the back nine Sunday at the RBC Canadian Open. Runs it all the way down to get to a playoff with Fox. Did you watch that playoff? 4-hole playoff, sudden death.
I watched the first couple holes of the playoff, and I had to leave to go to my grandparents. But
he pushed Sam at a 5. Oh God. Well, dude, what happened on the 4th was Fox hit like a ridiculous approach within 5 feet, and then Sam didn't hit like a one within like 30 feet, and then Sam pushed his putt a little far and was actually still out farther than Fox, and then he missed the second putt, and that was it. But Sam could have won it, though. He had a 5-footer. First hole playoff, he had a 5-foot putt for the win, and he pushed it right, which is ironic because we're saying how good he's been putting. But, that was when he could have won it. He had that 5-footer.
Nerves, bro.
Yeah, but either way, though, man, he's got momentum. So I'm taking a shot at him 80-1, and he's like he was like 7 or 8-1 or no, he was more than that. He was like 10-1 to top 5. And so I was thinking that, I don't know if he can win it, but he could be top 5. He could pull that. And if you're in the mix, you never know. 80-1 flyer. And then the other guy that our buddies like, and shout out to our buddies Cassidy King and Trues because, they're close friends. You're friends with them too. But they both follow it real close. Trues loves Shane Lowry. Loves him. He's like 45-1 on DraftKings. He's plus 650 to top 5, but he's been really hot lately on the Live Tour. He actually was the 54-hole leader in 2016, and Dustin Johnson came back and got him on Sunday. So he's done well here before. He's got momentum coming in. So I took 2 futures bets: Lowry 45-1 and Burns 80-1. And you never know. Scheffler's plus 275. I'm probably giving money away. But
hey,
whatever.
I'm gonna throw 20 on each of them too, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah, just hopefully one of them's like in the mix. Because if you got that good of odds, so that's kind of my 2 thoughts for the U.S. Open. But I'm excited to watch that. That's Thursday through Sunday. We mentioned NBA Finals Game 3 tonight. My comments on that, like the Thunder obviously have been the best team, but they haven't been good against the spread on the road in the playoffs. They've won and not covered a lot. They've dropped some road games. I don't really, what do I know about NBA? But Pacers plus 5.5 money lines, maybe worth a look. I don't know.
Could be. I don't think there's any way Oklahoma City loses this series, though. They feel like they are significantly better to me. And again, I haven't watched basketball all season, but my ability to just get a read on stuff is usually pretty damn good. You know what I mean? I rarely am wrong on these things. I just feel like Oklahoma City wins this series. I really do. The Pacers may cover tonight. They may win a game. I don't think Oklahoma City's losing this series, though.
Well, this Pacers playoff run's been historic, but they've won 4 games with less than a 1% chance to win with under 3 minutes to go. Think that'll never happen again. They've won 4 different times where they've just pulled it right out of their ass cheeks in these comebacks. And so, they're definitely nowhere near as good. But the thing you would think is if they're going to make it a series, it's their first home game, they have to win tonight. If the Thunder win tonight, I think, Thunder in 5 or 6 is going down. I really think, for the Pacers. But if they win tonight, you get up 2-1, you never know. So I kind of feel like, in theory, you would expect a big Pacers effort here. But, what do I know?
I'm sure you've seen the kid that's got the Thunder and the Oilers on that $13 ticket to win 270K. I'm sure you've seen
Yeah, and
that
he
up.
didn't cash out.
Yeah, he didn't cash out.
I think it was like
I
think it was like 100K. I think he got offered 100K cash out and said he's letting it ride.
It got up to 123,000. It's now down to 85K. If they
Feel
were
good
to
about the
lose
Thunder
tonight,
part. The Oilers thing's tough. I mean, they're down 2-1. And the Panthers are so good. That game 4 is tomorrow night in Florida. Florida's a minus 155 favorite. Had a lot of fun with Liam Blutman. We did a watch his ball stream Monday night. Love Blutman, what a character. But he had some hockey guys that had played in the NHL in there, and then I was watching the Murray State Duke Super Regional Wild Game 3. But we had a huge time in there, and I'm hoping he does one over the weekend for like this U.S. Open and NHL and stuff, and I can watch some College World Series up here. But the June thing, like I was saying, though, you got French Open, which that final was a first ballot classic. I turned it on during the 5th set, but Center won the first 2 sets. Alcaraz was up against 3 match points in the 3rd set and came back and won at a tiebreaker in the 5th set. I mean, just Center had won like 31 straight sets in majors, too, going into that. I mean, wild. Then you got U.S. Open in golf, which is classic, other than that. I mean, I think it's the second biggest tournament of the year other than the Masters for sure. 100%. And then NBA Finals, NHL Finals, and you have NCAA Tournament and College World Series. I mean, and you have Major League Baseball going on too. Mm-hmm. So love this month. We're going to do a big College World Series preview tomorrow. Some thoughts there. Dude, Murray State. I mean, this is why sports can be great. You're talking about a team that's never won an NCAA tournament game in school history, is a 4 seed, and now they're the 4th 4 seed to ever make the College World Series. I mean, wild. Out of the Missouri Valley. They never should have been a 4 seed. They only lost 13 games during the season. They should have been a 3. But, I mean, to do what they did, they won 2 do-or-die Game 7 at Ole Miss and a Game 3 at Duke. They lost their first game at Duke, had to win the last 2, won both their do-or-die games against Ole Miss and Duke by 1 run each. And, man, they're fun to watch, man. They got a team. Their offense just puts so much pressure on defenses. They don't strike out. Everybody can hit. They score just a ton of runs. I wouldn't say they have the best pitching staff. They got like 2 or 3 pretty good arms, but just really fun to watch and follow. And a great storyline going into Omaha. They play UCLA at 1 o'clock Saturday in front of LSU Arkansas, a little super power battle Saturday night, 6 p.m. But, I would love to see an LSU Murray State Monday night winners bracket game, man. What a classic match.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think you want to see LSU play Murray State. LSU will beat them. They'll beat them by 15. Arkansas and Murray State is the one you want to see because Arkansas doesn't have the pitching that LSU has, and that could turn into that might be 22-20 type game with Arkansas's offense against Murray State. I think that could be the real shootout. I think if Murray State runs into LSU, they get dog walked. I don't think that'll even be a competitive baseball game in the slightest, especially with the top 2 pitchers that LSU has. You want to run into LSU Game 3, you don't want to see them.
Yeah, we saw that in the regional when Little Rock won that game against them, and then in the last game pushed them. When the thing with LSU baseball this year, they're a really great team. I'm not saying they're not. When Cade Anderson or Anthony Ianson's pitching, I mean, either one of those, they are tough to beat. That's the best 1-2 in the country by far. Yep. But the games those guys don't pitch, they're a little vulnerable. And that's when you got to catch them. So to me, when you look at this College World Series, that side of the bracket, I mean, I think you legitimately could say the winner of LSU Arkansas Saturday night is going to win, going to the title series. I think. I can see it. 100%. I mean, I think it's that important because both teams, if you lose, you're going to have to gas out your pitching. But the winning, there's a real path for LSU having Anderson Ianson. If they win their first 2 games, you got to feel really good for them about it. But that'll be, man, what a classic matchup that is, those 2 fan bases and programs, though. That's the primetime Saturday night game. It should be. That'll be awesome. Other side of the bracket starts Friday, 2 games, 1 o'clock Coastal Carolina and Arizona, and the night game at 6 is Louisville, Oregon State. Dude, I'm kind of buying in on this Coastal deal. They're 6-1 to win it all. I think there's a very good shot they win that side of the bracket and make the National Championship Series. And, you look at that side of the bracket, I mean, everybody, Louisville had like the most wins in college baseball 2010 to 2019. I mean, they've had a really good program. They've had Omaha a bunch. They kind of fallen off in the NIL era the last few years, but Dan McDonald's done it there. Arizona, one of the best teams in the Pac-12 year after year. Was in Omaha in 2021. This is their first year in the Big 12. They win the Big 12 tournament. They won a weaker regional in the Oregon regional, but man, you got to give Arizona so much credit for what they did last weekend. North Carolina was the number 5 national seed, beats their ass 18-2 on Friday, and that's the thing about baseball, man. You know, the one day just means nothing to the next, and Arizona pulls out 2 games, 10-8, and actually we're going to take a rare call on air here because it's a wild one.
Okay.
What's going on, Coach Bertman? How are you? Yes, sir. I was following up on just when your schedule is good next few days for an interview. That was all.
You want to do it now?
Sure. We could. I mean, Moody, can you hear him on the phone?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. Okay. Can we do it? Can we do it in? It's 4:31. Can we do it at 4 in 4? Like, can we do it like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. We'll make that happen. I'm going to call you back in like 4:40, 4:45.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right. Skip Bertman, ladies and gentlemen.
That's awesome.
Unreal. All-time legendary college baseball coach, 5 national championships at LSU. Been on my bucket list to interview him forever. So I've been working on that and called him earlier. We've been trying to line it up. Looks like we're gonna take care of that right when we get off the air. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm literally like in awe. Grew up watching this LSU.
That'll be awesome. I mean, that's a legend right there.
Yeah, living legend. So I have some questions whether he's 87. So I'm hoping we can do video, but I don't know how much he knows about computers. So we'll figure this out here in a second. But that'll be up tomorrow for sure. We'll probably air it during the show. But yeah, super excited for that. But yeah, that other side of the bracket, look, Arizona, Louisville, and Oregon State, really good baseball programs. Oregon State, 3 national championships, hadn't made the College World Series since they won it in 18. But, we're not talking about nobodies here. I mean, you got 3 really good traditions. And then Coastal won the title out of nowhere in 2016. They're number 13 national seed. They won 51 or 2 games during the season. Really good pitching. So, maybe that side of the bracket, those programs are really good. So I think it's going to be good. Should be very entertaining.
I think you're going to have a chance for a more entertaining side of the bracket over there. 'Cause I think LSU may just steamroll their side. I really do. I think it's entirely possible LSU just runs through them. The Arkansas game is definitely going to be the most competitive. I feel like there's a chance for just crazy stuff to happen on the other side. It's way more competitive. You've already had some teams that have been very up and down in their regionals and super regionals to begin with. So I think there's a really good chance for some possible fireworks and like late inning heroics on that side.
Awesome. Well, I'm super pumped about it. Odds are up on the DraftKings Sportsbook. I posted them. Coastal Carolina's like 6-1 to win it right now. I don't hate that. I think that's pretty good odds. LSU and Arkansas are both like 2 or, the odds aren't good enough. They're 2 or 3 to 1. It's just not enough value there. Murray's the long shot still, but I'm just mad I don't have a Murray ticket when they were 200 to 1. I mean, they were 120 to 1 going in the Super. Like, I don't know. I don't think they got enough pitching to win it. I also have some questions. It'll be interesting to see. The Omaha thing's a different ballpark because it's so hard to hit it out there because it's bigger and the wind blows in a lot. But Murray also makes a lot of contact. They had a lot of line drives. They're not just a long ball team. So I think they could still put pressure on defenses. So I'm curious to see how that offense is going to travel into that ballpark. It's very interesting.
I know they're kind of the Cinderella story. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 2 and done.
Well, UCLA, nobody's talking about them because they've been out west and they won the Big Ten. But, they won the title in 13. But, I mean, dude, they've been so dominant in the tournament. They're 5-0 in the NCAA tournament, and they've whooped everybody's ass. They're a great shortstop. I don't know. I just feel like UCLA, it's like kind of just the fan sport may not be the best, and so there isn't a lot of talk about them. But they seem really good about how they're playing this tourney, and they won the Big Ten title this year. And the Big Ten was a lot tougher with USC and Oregon in it. The Big Ten baseball was a little tougher this year with those West Coast schools coming in. What is interesting, Moody, big showing for the old Pac-12 here. Arizona, UCLA, and Oregon State. You got 3 of the 8 in the College World Series of the old Pac-12. You know, kind of
They're all just
West
in
Coast
different
baseball.
conferences.
Everybody was putting it in their grave, saying the NIL era killed them, and then they've had a resurgence this year. That's one more team than the SEC's got.
You know, Oregon State's been one of those teams that's just been there, done that year. I mean, and UCLA too. Those are two programs that have just been there and done that so many times. So, good to see them back. This feels. I know we're missing some of the key teams, the Vandy's, the Tennessees. Like I get that, but there's still some really good names and some underrated teams in this tournament. I think it should be a really good World Series.
No, agreed. And the Coastal and Murray State. Murray State's the best story, and Coastal's won a title before and really good. So I think we got
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a really good, sneaky World Series here. You know, it may not just be an all SEC fest like the last few years have been with only two SEC teams, especially with LSU and Arkansas running into each other, you know, potentially having to play 2 or 3 games. There's a chance they could play each other 3 times in that bracket. But either way, super excited about that. Friday at 1. I'm just going to chill and watch the U.S. Open and the College World Series all weekend. I might go hang out at the pool. That's what I got. Sounds amazing. You know, that Chicago theater got everything I had Wednesday through Friday. And I'm going to Omaha Monday for Barstool Classic and go to a couple of days of the College World Series. So we're going to put this thing in neutral and enjoy some good sports all weekend. And that sounds pretty damn good to me.
Hell yeah.
You got I know you've been firing some baseball again a little bit. You still firing some of the home run stuff?
Yeah, I really haven't looked too much today because I was at the damn dentist for so long. Ryan O'Hearn, a name that I looked at. I looked through a little bit of stuff. Ryan O'Hearn gets him another one tonight. I think he gets one. Hold on. I like the Rangers to win again tonight, and I think probably the Royals. I think the Royals beat the Yankees. Chris Bubich has been incredible this year. He pitched well against the Yankees earlier in the season. Aaron Judge did hit a homer off of him, but outside of that, Bubich handled that Yankees lineup. I like maybe a Royals Rangers parlay. I'll see what that adds up to in just a minute, but that's just kind of glancing at it. It's two that I like tonight.
Well, as always, firing with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook, drinking the Stella Blue coffee. Check out the Golden Mug giveaway that's today and tomorrow. 10 people win trips to Chicago office and can bring significant others in August. Really cool promotion by Stella Blue. And couldn't be possible without Dude Wipes. Let it rip with Dude Wipes. Find them all over the World Wide Web, Amazon, Target, Walmart. They're everywhere, and it's an amazing product. And good stuff. And tomorrow, back, huge College World Series preview. We're gonna get into the nitty-gritty tomorrow. We will see you guys then. And I'm about to interview childhood hero of mine. Y'all take it easy.